Go everyone, mute yourself. Okay, so today, so in our previous class, we discussed about the insert, update, and delete. So now we are going to discuss about the select statement. Okay, so in the select statement, like first we'll create one so table. Okay, and also I'm going to insert the records as well. Okay, some records. Okay, just right how to connect the table and then database also. Okay, so just I'm creating a table and having columns like city, name, and then email address, page, something like that, and then I'm going to create that table and then inserting the records. Okay, so just go and then insert that. Okay, these many records are inserted, and then take a copy TBL customer, and then if you want to select the total records. Okay, if you want to select the total records, you will go give the star, right? Okay, that everyone knows. Okay, to select the total records from a table, we'll give the star. And then if you want to give a specific columns like email and then name only if you want, or else you want to only salary kind of things, okay, you can go and then select if you want to select only salary, so you can select salary. So specific columns, okay, whatever the columns you want to select, okay, you can go and then select the columns also. Okay, so that everyone but even distinct cities. Okay, so my employees, okay, where there are like something like that. Okay, if you want to select the distinct cities, okay, distinct city from this TBL customer. Okay, so sorry. So then the city, distinct city, like where we have HYD means Hyderabad, Bangalore, and then Pune, something like that. Okay, you can go and then select the distinct city. Okay, so distinct city we can. Okay, distinct means unique, so not repeated values. Okay, so if you want to use the distinct also, you can use in the select statement. Okay, so whatever the things is possible in the select statement, okay, that I have already written. Okay, you can go and then like we'll execute one by one and then we'll discuss. Okay, so yeah, so even if you want to see the customer age, okay, whose age is 26 and then 30 and then 28, okay, you can go and then write a different R conditions. You can specify the R conditions and then you can see whose employees age is 26 and okay, this way, like 26, 30 and then 38. Okay, but so if you, so instead of writing this using R condition, if you go with the in, okay, in will give the what, so it will give the list of values. Okay, what are the list of values we have? Okay, so we can go ahead and then give the list of values. The same query we can achieve with the in also. Like, so here we have used the R class. Okay, instead of R class, you can give in will give the list. Okay, what are the list of values you want? Okay, so then you can select the those values. Okay, you can go and then execute that. Okay, so the same results we can achieve by using in. Okay, so here I have written very clearly, like, so what is in class, and then so just a minute please. So in class specify the list of values and then between specify the range of the values. Okay, so if you want to go with the range, like, so from 20 to 30, so who are the employees are having age group between 20 and then 30, so then you can go and then specify the range. Okay, so if you want, if you specify the range, you can see the range, like, okay, so if instead of in, if you write a between, okay, so between, when you write the between, okay, you can go and specify the, so age between 20 and then 35, something like that. Okay, you can specify that. So and is must. Okay, so this is the starting range and this is the ending range. Okay, it will give the ranges. Okay, from where to where. Okay, so something like that. If you want to select, and then you can go and then write, see, from, if you want to write some order by, okay, so order, it will give the order of the age. Okay, order by age. Okay, it will sort the age, actually order by age. And then if you write that, okay, so it will go and then see 26 and then 28 and then 30, 32, 35. So it's giving the range between sorry, so where we have 20 and then 35. Okay, there is no age 20, 21, 22. So it's starting age from the 26 and then 28 and then so till 35. Okay, so between will specify the range. Okay, so that is the between. Next we have a like specify the patterns. Okay, so whose name starts with the A, whose names end with the Y, something like that. Okay, you can go and then even so that we'll go with the some adventure data works and then we'll see. Okay, so you can go and then you can see some adventure works. Okay, database department, or you can go with the person tables also. Okay, we'll go with the person table and then we'll write some query, like we'll select the adventure works data DW and then select the person table and then write some, let's start from, okay, this is the person table we have. From person table, I think though we have first name, right? Okay, you can go and then select the first name, like, okay, whose first name, okay, first name starts with A something. Okay, so like, so operator, when we have used the like operator, we have to go with the, so there is a percentile symbol. Okay, you can go with the percentile symbol. So there are and then underscore also there. Okay, so this brackets, okay, what it is, and then we'll discuss that. Okay, so if you want some pattern kind of things, okay, you can go and then write a like. Okay, so it will give the specific pattern. Okay, so suppose if you want to starting with A, so you can specify A and then percentile. Okay, whose name starts with, okay, whose first name starts with A, so it will bring those names. Okay, see, first name always like A only. Okay, so you can go and then you can see these are the names. Okay, if you want a distinct records, okay, you can go and then specify the distinct record or first name and last name. Okay, if you want only few first name comma last name something, only few columns. Okay, if you want to specify only few columns and then distinct values, okay, you can go and then specify the distinct. Okay, so like that you can go with the first name, okay, whose first name is like A only, so always it will be A. These many, yes, everyone with me, right? Okay, hope you are getting right. Okay, so always with A. Okay, if you ending with A means, okay, so whose name ends with A. Okay, so this time it will bring with the A, so whose name end with A. So like if you want to search some pattern, you can go and then you can give the percentile. Okay, so like where you want to find this, okay, something you can go and then you can find that. Okay, so that is about the pattern. Okay, like operator, and then like operator we have this uh, underscore also. What is this underscore? Okay, so email like, okay, suppose email like, suppose after at the rate. Okay, so we have some pcf.com emails, right? Okay, so which are not having, okay, so if which are not having something like after at the rate there is no p something. Okay, some different email IDs are there. Okay, which are having, okay, that kind of email IDs. Okay, suppose your company, so you are working in one company. Okay, so like some Wipro or Infosys.com. Okay, so if that email ID immediately after at the rate, okay, it should start with Infosys or Wipro or some other else. Okay, but it should not have any extra characters. Okay, if you have any extra characters, bring that email ID. Okay, so if we have any extra characters, bring that email IDs. See, so there is like after at the rate there is R. Okay, and then after pcf.com, that means it's a spam. Okay, that means it's a spam email. Okay, it's not correct email, something like that. Okay, if you want to find like this, okay, you can go and then you can write that. And then if it is not like that, that is a valid email ID. Okay, if it is, so I'm using not like. Okay, so not like means it's a valid email ID. It's like after at the rate. Okay, you can go with the pcf.com, pcf.com. Okay, so that is valid email ID. Like after at the rate, the p should start. Okay, if you have some extra characters, okay, that is a spam. Okay, guys, are you with me, guys? Everyone. So it's a basic class for you guys, okay? But so I'm going to cover these things, right? So that's the reason I'm explaining. Okay, that is about the like operator. And then in like operator, okay, suppose we have a like, even this bracket also there, like whose name starts with AEC. Okay, AEC, and then you can write a percentage. Okay, that will bring. Okay, so whose name starts with AEC. Okay, something like that. See, ACE. Okay, something like that. Okay, whenever you want to bring the whose name starts with, so like suppose AEC, then it's bringing. So you have to write this percentile compulsory. So that is the mandatory thing. Okay, you can go and then so write that. And then some ascending and descending order. Okay, salary ascending or descending. Okay, so it will go and then it will do the ordering. Okay, and then so conditions. Okay, if you want to write some conditions, okay, multiple conditions. Okay, this is like city, maybe Hyderabad or Bangalore. Then whose age between, okay, whose age between 20 to 40. So I want to bring that employees information. Okay, city may be Hyderabad or Bangalore, but age group between 25 and 40. Okay, who have these conditions. Okay, so if you want to go with the and or multiple condition basis, so that may be city, maybe Hyderabad, okay, or Bangalore. Okay, so two cities are there, and then age group between 25 to 40. Okay, so that those employees it will bring. Okay, selection, these are the max. And then if you want top one salary descending order, okay, you can go and then so if you see this one, okay, salary descending. Okay, so like the total records of the salary descending, like so 8,000 is a max salary. Okay, if you want to bring the max salary, okay, top one salary, okay, you can go and then select the top one salary from this table. Okay, this is the selection statement case. Okay, next we have we'll discuss about the data types. Okay, while creating a table, we are giving some character and then varchar and then so see here we are giving character and varchar and then size also, right? Okay, so when we will go with the varchar and then when we'll go with the character char, and then when we'll go with the n varchar. Okay, so what is the difference between, okay, maybe tomorrow people may ask you the question about the data types. Okay, like so we'll discuss. So we have three categories of data types. Okay, three categories of data types. Something like text data type. Okay, data types. Okay, so we have three types of data types: text data type, string or maybe. Okay, and then date data type, and then number data type. Okay, so three categories are there. So first category we are discussing in text. We have the four types of data types. One is char, and then nchar, varchar, and varchar. Okay, so then what is the difference? And then when we'll use this char and nchar and varchar and then nvarchar. Okay, right? Okay, when you create a table, when I need to choose the character, so this char and then next nchar is there. What is this nchar? And then what is varchar and then what is nvarchar? Okay, so char is a fixed length actually. Okay, if you go with so what is the fixed length? Okay, first point we discuss about the char is a fixed length. Okay, so nchar or char both are fixed length. Both are fixed length means suppose if you were creating a table, if you give char 10. Okay, so if you give char 10, what it will do? Okay, it's a fixed length, right? It will use the 10 characters. Okay, like suppose Srinivas is there. Okay, SRINIVA. Yes. Okay, so how many characters are there? So it's only 8 characters, but so this 2 characters extra also, it will not remove the extra 2 characters. Okay, it will use these 2 characters. Okay, it will use these 2 characters, but it will not remove the extra 2 characters case. Okay, so when we use the char, it's a fixed length. So then when we will go with the, so name will not be a fixed length. Okay, so my name is only 8 characters, your name only 4 characters, someone name will be 10 characters, but name will be a fixed length. Okay, when we will choose this char, char means like suppose Aadhaar number, so social security number. Like if you go with the yes, okay, there is a social security number and then passport number. Okay, so these numbers are fixed length. Yes or no? Phone number. Okay, these are the fixed length. Okay, then we'll go with that fixed length. We'll go with the characters. Okay, when we have the fixed length, okay, then you can use char or nvar. Yeah. So like whatever, okay, whatever we have a consistency number, okay, it will not increase. Okay, it should be only this size. Then you can go with the character, guys. So this char and then nvar you will use for fixed length. Hope you are clear with this. Okay, when we have the fixed length, we'll go with this char and then nvar. Just type as guys. Okay, if you are clear that. Okay, fixed length. What is the mean of fixed length? Okay, even PAN card number, Aadhaar card number, license number, and then passport number. Okay, these kind of fixed length will go with the char or nvar. But what is variable length? Variable length means, okay, so it will use like, so after using this 8 characters, the remaining 2 characters will be removed. Okay, it will not this extra characters. Okay, it will, so how many characters are there, that many space it will use, but then remaining it will be released. Okay, if you want to see that practically, we'll see that practically, guys. Okay, there is a code we have. Okay, so declare variable values and then print that values, and then we'll see. Okay, we'll go with that and then we'll see that. Okay, I will show you some practical things. Okay. Okay, see, declare. Okay, declare spelling something mistake. Okay, so I have declared some variable. Okay, so the variable declaration and all we'll discuss. Okay, some later session, but okay, so like take that value. Okay, value. So print value. Okay, not okay. So print value, and then okay, data length. What exactly the data length, and then what is the length of the value? Okay, so what I'm trying to explain here is, okay, so when I use the char, okay, when I use the char, okay, how much data length it is, and then how much length it is using and all. Okay, we'll see. Okay, I will explain, guys. Okay, just a minute. Okay, see what is the character length, data length. Okay, it's a 10. Okay, it's taking 10, and then but actual length of the value is 4. Okay, actual length of the value is ABCD means the actual length. Okay, 4. Okay, if I give here 5, okay, it will give 5, but it's not removing extra. It's always be 10 only. Okay, so it's taking the 10 spaces. Okay, it's taking the 10 characters. Okay, but it's not releasing the other 5 characters. But if you write a varchar, okay, if you write a varchar, okay, so what it will do? So it will take only 5. Yes, are you with me? So variable means, okay, so how many characters are there, that many it will use. And then even though if you specify the some size here, okay, even though if you specify some size here, it will take only the like whatever the characters you have, that many characters only it will use. The remaining space will be released. Yes. So this variable length, are you clear about the variable length? Okay, that may be nvarchar or nchar. Okay, both will be the same. Nchar and then nvarchar is both will be the same, and then char and then nvarchar will be the fixed length. Okay, so varchar and then nvarchar is the variable length. Okay, some more differences are there. Okay, so we'll discuss about the fixed length and then variable length. Is that clear, guys? Okay, fixed length and then variable length. Okay, so clear, right? Just type yes, guys. Okay, if you are clear, then just type yes. Now we'll discuss about the some other points. Okay, there are some other points. Okay, unique code. What is unique code? Unique code means, okay, so character is a unique code and then varchar is a unique code, but nvarchar and then so nchar and then nvarchar is not unique code. Okay, unique code means so local language, it will take only the English, it's not take other languages. Okay, you cannot store other language data into varchar and then char. Varchar and then char is not non-unique code. Okay, these are the unique codes. Okay, unique code means it's a local language only it will use, and then so only English language we can store the data. Only English language data only we can store when you use the char and then varchar. Is that clear, guys? Okay, so if you use the nchar and then nvarchar, it's a global. Okay, you can save it Telugu, Tamil, Kannada, like Arabic, like anything. Okay, Chinese or Japanese, some different languages you can use, and then you can save. Okay, when you use the nchar and then nvarchar. Is that clear, guys? So tomorrow some people ask that question. Okay, you have to very clear about the char and then nvarchar. Okay, is that clear? Right, just type C, guys. Okay, everyone. Okay, just type C. Okay, so this is for the local language. Okay, unique code is like char and then varchar is only for the English, and then nchar and then nvarchar is for any language. Okay, you can store any language. And then size. Okay, the last point. Okay, you have to discuss about the 5 points. The last point is size. Okay, if you see the size char and then varchar, it's a 8,000.
AirPods. Some people love them, some people hate them. At phone each time they want to change the volume. Well, there's actually
okay, the max size of the character. So if you try to give a see suppose if I try to give max size, suppose here so nvarchar, if suppose I will give 4,100. Okay, it's a max size. Okay, so max size only the 4,000. Okay, when you have the nvarchar. Okay, so like while creating a table also. Okay, let me create some table so that you will understand. Okay, create table and then some test 111. Okay, some test 111. Okay, you can create anything. Okay, some so any name. Okay, name only one will take only name, and then varchar. Okay, so varchar max is 88,000. Okay, so if you give more than that, it will not table will not be created. Okay, see, let's see that. Okay, so what error we get? Okay, so we'll get the max. Okay, exceeded the column name, exceeded the maximum length. Okay, that maximum length, how much it is? Maximum length for this data type is only 8,000, but you have given 8,100. Okay, if you give 8,000, okay, we can create a table perfectly without any doubt. Okay, so let me drop this. Okay, and then we'll go with the character also. Character also same thing, guys. Okay, character also same thing. Okay, let me drop this. Okay, if you go with the character, okay, char also same, like a max length is 8,000. If you try to keep this, okay, so it will not create, but the max length is 8,000. Okay, it's exceeded, but if you give 8,000, okay, it will take. But for nvarchar, okay, for nvarchar, but it's only 4,000. Okay, 4,000 bytes. Okay, you can go with this, but if you give nvarchar, okay, so 4,100. Okay, so only 4,000 bytes. If you try to create that, no, so somehow, okay, sorry, this one. Okay, it will not. See, maximum only 4,000 when you go with the nchar. Okay, nchar is maximum 4,000 byte only. Okay, so you cannot go with this. The drop is not available. Okay, if you go with the only 4,000, it will be available. Okay, so you can able to create that. Yes, is that clear? So like you are very clear with the size and then Unicode and non-Unicode and then fixed length and then variable length about the character. Okay, this is about the text data type. Okay, this is about the text data type. Max will use these are the 4 types of data types. Okay, and then yes. Okay, so this is about the characters. Next we'll discuss about some date and then number. Okay, so most of the people knows these data types, but still again, okay, I'm going with the oral, like so date data types. Okay, we have a time. Okay, so when you give the time, okay, so after so if you want to give the time, so it will give, okay, output will give like this. Okay, this is the range from, okay, 100 nanoseconds it will give, okay, the bytes, how many bytes it will take, okay, 3 to 5. Okay, I will upload this one, okay, this data type related, whatever the Excel I am sharing here, I will upload in the, Google Drive, and then you can see that. Okay, so whenever you want like output like YY MMDD, so it will give, suppose if I create a date like this, okay, order date or something, okay, order date as a date data type. Okay, so if you go and then create that, okay, and then if you, sorry, table is already inserted, right? Okay, just create it, so drop that and then create this. Okay, so if you go with the time and then, okay, if you insert the date, okay, so insert into a table. Okay, so what is the table? Sorry, so insert into table, so this is the table, and then values, okay, values, and then so in values I'm going to give the get date, something like this. Okay, so if I insert the get date, okay, it will give so date format, okay, whichever the date format we are expecting. So date means, okay, this kind of date format it will give. Okay, it will not give a time, okay, date and time, something like that. Okay, so if you select this table, okay, so what is the date format we'll get? Okay, so YY, something like that. Okay, see, YY and then MMDD. Okay, are you getting? If you provide some time here, okay, if you provide some time, okay, go and drop this and then execute it. Okay, so if you execute this insert statement and then select this, so this is giving the time. Okay, so whatever the format, here we have our minutes, seconds, and then nanoseconds, right? So that's that thing. Okay, so like whatever the date format, okay, so you can go and then specify that date and time. Okay, date and time, date and time. So it's giving more accurate nanoseconds and all. Okay, you can go with the date time too, and then so even the size, okay, how much bytes it will take and all. Okay, here is the size, like, so what exactly you want, and then, okay, even minutes and then seconds. Okay, then you can go with the small date and time. Okay, small date time, small date time, something. Okay, that is one of the thing. Okay, and then you can go and then, so we'll execute all at a time. So the so insertion and then as well as the selection. Okay, see, this is the even, so whatever the date format here we have given, like hours, minutes, seconds. Okay, even hours, minutes, seconds, if you want, you can go and then give that. Okay, so even you can go with the date time with the nanoseconds. Okay, so not only minutes and hours, seconds. Okay, even if you want some nanoseconds, you can go and then specify the nanoseconds also. Okay, guys, so hope you are clear with the date data types. Okay, so whatever the date data types, okay, these are the date two. Okay, if you want more accurate, okay, you can go with this date time offset also. Okay, so like how much the even nanoseconds. Okay, if you want to see the difference in nanoseconds also, you can go and then you can specify these data types. Okay, so when you go with, most of the times we'll go with the date time and then date. Okay, so in real time most of the times we'll use the date time and then date. Okay, date time and then date. Okay, these are the most will go. Okay, so that is about the date data types. Okay, some number data types also there. Okay, number data types, we have a small int. Small int means, okay, it take only 2 bytes of size. Okay, length it's take only 2 bytes, but it will go with the minus 32. It will give in a thousands actually. Okay, but so if you take our sales something, okay, so most of the times we use the int. Okay, int will give, okay, some starting this much numbers to, okay, like 2 to the power of 31 it will give. Okay, max this number. Okay, so that may be millions or billions. Okay, something like that. And then big int means, okay, it's more numbers, like, okay, so some this many digits. Okay, like how many, so it will go with this much size. Okay, 8 bytes, something like that. And then tin int means only 1 byte. Okay, that is from 0 to 255 characters. Okay, and then big bit means only, so very small one actually, so it will give, it will take only 0 then 1. Okay, some decimal points. Okay, if you go something like this, okay, if you go through this, Okay, so while creating a table, okay, what kind of integer, okay, if you want to use kind of things, okay, you can go through this and then, so it will be very clear. But most of the times in interview, people may ask this question, okay, so what is char and then nchar, varchar, and then nvarchar, okay, what is the size of those, okay, Unicode and nano. So this is the very important thing. So, but this are very, time and then date time. Okay, maybe people ask, but you have to say, okay, when you give the date time to, it's more accurate. And then, so if it is date time offset, okay, like more, even more accurate, so we go with that. Okay, that is about the data types. Now, next concept is, like, everyone is clear about the data types. Hope, guys. Hope everyone clear about the data type. Just type C, guys. Okay. Yeah. Just type C. Okay, while creating a table. Okay. Now next constraint. Okay. Why constraints? Okay. So next concept is why constraint. Okay. That we'll discuss. Okay. That is separate topic. We'll discuss that. Okay. So even I have created, video on that. Okay, if you want to see now itself, okay, you can go and then watch the top 3 and then top 2 salaries. Okay, but for now we'll go with the step by step. Okay, I don't want to confuse anyone. Okay, we'll go with the step by step and then we'll find that top 2, top 3 salaries also. Okay, so yeah, now so why constraint? Okay, so let me create one table. Create some test table only. We'll create that. Okay, so there I will create some name id. Okay, id integer, and then age. Okay, age integer only, right? Okay, so comma age integer, and then create that. Okay, if it is exist, okay, we'll drop and then we'll create. Okay, we'll take only 2 columns. So if I create id something like this, okay, id 1 and then age. So this is the age. Is that valid, case? Okay, but even though it's taking, okay, whether it is valid or not, it's taking. Okay, so whether it is valid or not, it's taking. But so we are inserting the structured data into a table, right? So if we insert something, suppose student table, you can feel it is a student table. Okay, so student age between, okay, so the starting age maybe 3 and then less than 18. Okay, so whose name between 3 to 18, then only you can insert, otherwise don't insert the record. Okay, so if you create without rules, okay, if you create without rules, like suppose you are creating your Gmail. Okay, so like it will check the Gmail ID is available or not, and then password. Okay, to create a strong password. Okay, it will validate. Okay, when you are giving some inputs, it will validate that. Okay, so to give the valid inputs, to give the valid inputs, okay, we have to apply some condition on a database. For that purpose, the constraints concept came into the picture. Yes, so maybe, so if suppose date of birth is there. Okay, so date of birth is there, so that is date. Okay, suppose if you give some 100 years back date, okay, it will take. Even 1000 years back also date, the date, if you give 1000 years back date also, it will take. Why? You didn't apply any condition on that. Guys, are you getting what I am saying? Okay, so not only inserting data into a table, so you have to insert some quality of data, and then so business related data. So for that purpose, the constraint concept came into the picture. Okay, hope you are clear with this, why constraint concept is coming to the picture on the database. So constraints means you are going to be insert the valid data, not only, so like, so whatever the data you want to insert and then insert it. So it's not like that. So you have to insert some valid data, then only it will take, otherwise it will not take. Okay, that is the constraints. Okay, we have, we have 6 types of constraints. Okay, how many? 6 types of constraints. The first one is unique constraints. Okay, unique constraint. Okay, and then second one is not null constraint. Okay, not null constraint. And then third one is check constraint. And then fourth one is primary key constraint. And then fifth one is foreign key constraint. And then sixth one is default constraint. Okay, so these are the 6 constraints. How many constraints? 6 constraints. Okay, not null. Null is not a constraint. Not null is a constraint. Okay, these are the 6 types of constraints. Okay, yeah. So now we'll go with what is unique constraint. Unique constraint means, okay, so it will give unique values. Okay, that mean, okay, so let me open this. Okay, so that it will be very clear. Okay, let me open this. Okay, unique constraint behavior, it will not allow any duplicates. Okay, it will not allow any duplicates, but it will allow only one duplicates. One null, sorry. Okay, it allow only one null. Okay, so like six constraints. Okay, unique constraint, not null constraint, primary key, foreign key, check constraint, and then default constraint. Okay, if you go with the unique constraint, no duplicates. Okay, it will not allow any duplicates. So per table you can create up to max, okay, 999 unique constraints you can create. And then by default it will create a non-cluster index. Okay, we'll discuss about the indexes later part. So what is index and what is cluster index and what is non-cluster index? Okay, we'll discuss after this constraint. But for now, okay, it will, okay, when you create a unique constraints on a table on a key, so it will by default it will create a non-cluster index, and then one null value will be allowed. Okay, one null value will be allowed. And then if you see the syntax, okay, so we can go with the two syntaxes. Okay, we're creating a table, column name, data type, and then you can create, okay, you can give a unique name. And then after creating a table, okay, after creating a table, so like how to add the constraint. So this is the syntax actually. Okay, let me go and then, so like what is the, okay, which one will comes under, okay, if you go with the real life, okay, which one will come under unique constraints means, okay, suppose your phone number, so you only use that phone number. Okay, so that is unique constraint. And then PAN card, Aadhaar, like, so whatever the things, okay, whatever the things unique is there, so that is comes under unique constraints. Okay, so that is a unique constraint. Okay, so that may be, okay, so if you create some student table, okay, so like, so if you ask some, if you try to create, okay, that is not a unique number. Okay, if you give me, okay, so your Aadhaar number that I will use as a primary key. Okay, primary key means, okay, so that we'll discuss primary key later, but unique key means, okay, so it will not repeat for others. Okay, so that is for the belongs to that person only. Okay, for that thing, okay, it will not duplicate. Okay, it should not be any duplicate. Okay, unique key means it will not duplicate. Okay, then I'll go with the, okay, we'll create some table. So create, so some student table. Okay, you can say TBL student. Okay, TBL student table is there, and then that is a roll number, and that is integer. And then you can write, okay, unique after data type. You can write a unique. Okay, unique. Okay, that is that unique. Okay, while creating a table, okay, while creating a table, if you write a unique, this is the unique key, and then age. Okay, and then date of birth. Okay, so we'll go with the only 2 columns. Okay, so this is the unique one. Okay, unique key. Try to create this table. Okay, so this is a unique number, right? It will not allow any duplicates. Okay, we have to check the behavior of the unique key. Okay, it will not allow any duplicates. So first we'll check that condition, okay, whether it is allowing the duplicates or not. Okay. So roll number, right? So 1, 2, 3. So that is your roll number, and then age some 20. Okay, some here. So anything you can give here, right? Okay, for suppose, and then this is the student table, right? Okay, you can go and then give this student table and then select the student table. Okay, so insert that. Okay, so rule number 1, 2, 3, and then age 4. Okay, one student has been inserted. Okay, so one student detail has been inserted. And then if you try to execute the same thing, okay, if you try to execute the same rule number, okay, unique means it will not allow any duplicates, right? Okay, we'll see whether it is allowing the duplicates or not. Okay, see that? So violation of unique key constraints. Okay, violation of unique key constraints. Okay, so cannot insert the duplicates. Okay, so we have seen the first behavior. Okay, we have seen the first behavior. It's not allowing any duplicates. Okay, whether it insert, okay, whether it is allow the nulls or not. Okay, we'll see that. Okay, we'll give the null, and then okay, we'll execute. Okay, it will take one null. Okay, so as per our rule, okay, it should allow one null. Okay, it's allowing one null. If you try to insert one more null, okay, it will not take. Okay, it will not take. Okay, more than one null, it will not take. See, it's giving the okay nulls. Okay, cannot insert the duplicate. Again, null, if you try to insert null, okay, it's again duplicate, right? So that is the reason it's take only one null. Okay, you cannot go with that null. And also, if you want, so if you add some more like phone number, okay, if you add phone number, that is also suppose unique. Okay, so while creating a unique key, so you will go like this. Okay, but I want to add the phone number, and also I want to make that as a unique key constraint. Okay, unique key. Okay, so then alter. Okay, to add the column, what we'll do, alter table name. Okay, alter table name, add a column. Okay, add and phone number, and then integer. Okay, so integer. Okay, we have added the column, and then now we'll make that as a constraint. Okay, so go with this alter table name. Okay, alter table name, and then add constraint name. Okay, so it's a unique, right? Okay, you can go, okay, go with the standards. Okay, we go with the some standards. Okay, unique key, and then so on which table you are creating this? Okay, TBL student table. And which column you are creating? So phone number column. Okay, just this is the naming convention of this key. Okay, and also same table, on same table I'm going to create a one more unique key, guys. Okay, we can create n number of unique keys on a table. Okay, you can how many columns you have, that many columns you can go and then create a unique key. Okay, so and then so you can specify this is a unique key. Okay, so like this is the syntax, guys. Okay, so to add constraint, okay, we'll use okay alter table name, and then add constraint name, like constraint, like so on which column you want to create the constraint. Okay, so this is the phone number. Okay, you can go and then specify for any, okay, for any constraint. So we'll use this syntax. Okay, alter table name, add constraint name. So what type of constraint, and then so on which column you are creating this one. Okay, so if it is a primary key, you can give the pk, and then so the column name here, and then here primary key. Okay, so which column you want to create. Okay, so that we'll discuss about that. So what happened? Create terminated because duplicate key value nulls. Okay, so phone number, I think we have, so like let me drop this. So I think so it's inserted null values, right? So there are already two records, and then you are inserting the, so like, so the data is already inserted for the two records as a null values for this phone number. So that is the reason it's not able to create that. Okay, so let me create this. Okay, So let me create this and then add this after this. Okay. So now it will create. Okay. So just go this and then. Okay. Now if you add the constraints, okay, it will added constraint successfully. Okay. Why it's not added earlier means, okay, we have already 2 records and then we have added this phone number. Okay. So when you add this phone number, the phone number will be null for the 2 records. Okay, that is the reason. Okay, so if you try to insert, create a unique key on that, okay, it will not take. Why? Because already 2 nulls are there, but unique key, as for the unique key properties, okay, it will allow only 1 null. Okay, that is the reason it's not, we could not able to create on that. Okay. So like that. Okay, so this way. So like where we have this unique key and then where we can find this keys and all. Okay, you can go your database like so in which database we have test11 database. Okay, you can go to that database and then you can go to the tables. Okay, this is the student table, you can go that. So in the student table there is a keys actually. Okay, you can go and then see the keys. Okay, this is like while creating a table, so this key has been created and then this is the key which we have created just now. Okay, if you want to drop that key, okay, if you want to drop that constraints, okay, same like alter table name and then drop constraint name, something like that. You can go and then, okay, instead of add you have to drop. Okay, so drop constraint name. Okay, so just remove this one. Okay, so like that you can drop and then so you can go with the object explorer and then you can drop from here also. Okay, if you want to drop like this, okay, you can go and then drop that and refresh it. Okay, it will be 1. See, this constraint we have dropped. Okay, so this way we can add and then we can drop and then, so this is about the behavior of unique key. Okay, unique key, so what we have discussed, okay, like so no duplicates, okay, that we have checked. Okay, per table, okay, I've created more than 1. Okay, if you want to create a number of, you can create it and then by default it will create a non-cluster index. Okay, while creating index, okay, I will show you like when we are in the index topic, we'll see that, and then it will allow only 1 null. Even this one also we have checked. Okay, so the syntax and all, even so creating a column name and then data type and then, so I have given this one this way also. I have explained the syntax like and alter table name, add constraint name and then unique key and which column. Okay, column name. Okay, so something column name also I have given. Okay, so this is about the unique key. Next, not null. What is not null? Not null means, okay, it will not, okay, something, okay, suppose you are filling some website. Okay, so you are filling some details. Okay, there is a mandatory field is there. Okay, so the mandatory field will have the star marks, right? So whenever we have the star marks, okay, you should not avoid that. So you have to enter some values. Okay, but it should not be a null value. Okay, it should not be a null values. Okay, that kind of thing. Okay, so where we have, but it will allow the duplicates, guys. Okay, the thing is, not null will allow the duplicates, but it will not allow nulls. Okay, let's see that in action. Okay, so student roll number is, suppose let's drop this table and then use this one only. We'll keep this not null. Okay, we'll keep this not null. Okay, student roll number is not null. Okay, you should enter some roll number, but you should not keep it as a blank or null. Okay, you should not keep it as a blank or not null. So then you can go and then, okay, so if you are trying to insert some values in, okay, blank values, okay, null values, it will not take. Okay, insert into the student table. Okay, insert into student table values, roll number. Okay, if you give 1 2 3, it will take, and then age some 4 or 5 something. Okay, you can take that, it will take this time. But if you try to insert null, okay, it will not take. Let me go here and then go with the null. Okay, it will not take. Why? Because it's a mandatory field. Why? Because it's a mandatory field. Okay, it will, okay, so cannot insert null value. Okay, roll number table test, so database, and then this table does not allow null values, insert fail. Okay, why? Because it's a not null value. Okay, you cannot insert the nulls. It's a mandatory field. Okay, you have to insert. Okay, if you insert duplicate also, it will take. Okay, duplicates will be allowed, but nulls will not be allowed. Okay, you can, if you execute n number of times, it will take that number of times. But the thing is, okay, so it will not allow any nulls. Okay, see, this many times I have executed, five times I have, 4 times I have executed. So 4 times it's given the duplicate, but it's not allowing the nulls. Okay, so that is about the not null and then unique constraint. Okay, so like if you want to, like after, okay, so after creating a table, okay, if you want to create some not null column, okay, so then alter table name, and then some phone number. Okay, you can say phone number and then integer. Okay, you can specify not null. Okay, so not null, like this way you can go and then, okay, already 2 records are there, so you cannot go and then create that. Okay, so if you see that there are 5 records, okay, if you add this, okay, for 5 records it will be null values only. Okay, so you cannot insert the not null like that. Okay, so again, so let's drop this. And then if you want to add like this, okay, you can add like this. Okay, so then you can insert. Okay, you can insert some phone number also. Okay, you can insert some. Sorry. Okay, so even you can insert some duplicate numbers also, but it will take. But the thing is, okay, so it will not allow any duplicates. Okay, but so, but whenever I want, like, so it should be unique and then it should not allow some nulls. Okay, it should not allow any nulls. Okay, so like how we can insert that. Okay, so that is the rule. Okay, so that is the primary key case. Okay, the combination of unique key and then not null. Okay, the combination of unique key and not null is called a primary key case. The behavior of, okay, unique key and then not null. Okay, so primary key means, okay, so it's a combination of unique key plus not null. That is primary. So primary key will not allow duplicates, and also it will not allow any nulls. And also per table we can create only one primary key. Okay, so maybe tomorrow people may ask you the question like, okay, so what is the difference between unique key and then primary key? Okay, primary key means, okay, so it should not allow any nulls. Okay, suppose you are creating a primary key and student table, and then you have created some Aadhaar card or PAN card. Okay, suppose, okay, so when you give your PAN card number, so some students may not give the Aadhaar card, or some people may not have the PAN card. Okay, so if you ask them, okay, I'm maintaining my database. Okay, if you give your Aadhaar and then PAN card, then only I will admit you, otherwise I will not admit you. Means they will go and then they will join some other school, right? So primary key means, okay, will not ask the user. Primary key means will not ask the users. Okay, will create for the user. Okay, primary key means will not ask the user, we will create for the user. Okay, suppose example I will give case. Okay, so if you go to the passport office, okay, so you will not request, okay, this is the number I want. Okay, no. So for primary key, so for them it's a primary key. Okay, passport number is unique for each and every person. Okay, it will create automatically, so they will give for you. Okay, so for user, you are the user, so for you they are providing some number. And then if you go to the driving license, okay, driving license also you will not ask for the number. Okay, they will give. Okay, for that driving database, driving license is a unique. And then if you go with the student, roll number is a unique. So same roll number may not have in the class, right? Yes or no? Okay, primary key means, okay, primary key means, okay, will guys, okay, if you have any doubts, okay, we'll discuss after the class, that we have, if you have a question, then you will ask the, whatever the you have asked, okay, you will ask after, this class. But for now, I'm explaining, okay, even your questions also I will clarify. But the thing is, I'm, creating I'm giving the behavior, okay. So we're not going to be create like that, okay. If you want to create a unique constraint on your table, okay, if you add that, okay, so by default, okay, you have to insert, you have to update the values, okay, you have to update the values, that related values to that column. Then after you can go and then create, on top of that you can create a unique key, okay, but not directly, will not create that. So just insert some values and then create a unique key on that afterwards. Okay, so we'll discuss that. Okay, so now, so we are in a step-by-step process. Okay, we could not go with the some other topics and then your questions. Okay, but if you have any questions, then we'll discuss afterwards. Okay, yeah. So don't disturb me in between. Sorry. Okay, we repeated so many times, but still. Okay, so it's a combination of primary key. Primary key means, okay, like, so even for employee table, okay, so we'll for employee database, so for each employee we'll give the unique number, okay. Each employee will have the different employee ID. So primary key means will not request from the user, will create for the user, okay. And also it's a combination of unique key and not null, okay. So unique key not allow the duplicates, right? Okay, it will not allow the duplicates, and not null will not allow the nulls, okay. Not null will not allow the duplicates and not allow nulls. Yes, so that is the combination of primary key. Okay, primary key means, again, per table we can have only one primary key, okay. Per table we can have only one primary key, okay. And by default, okay, so unique key constraint create the non-cluster index, okay. It will create non-cluster index, but this will create a cluster index. What is this cluster index and non-cluster index? We discuss when we are enter into the index topics. But for now, you can go like this. Okay. So it's create a cluster index. Okay, by default, it will create cluster index. So these are the things we have to see. And then how to create a, so like, while creating a table, okay, so create a table and then table name, okay, this is the syntax here, table name, and then create some column name, okay, so column name, and then data type, and then you will go with the primary, okay. So like that, while creating table, we can go like this. But after creating a table, if you want to create a primary key, after creating a table, if you want to create a primary key, then again alter table name, okay, alter table name, add constraint name. Again we have seen, right? Okay, add constraint, okay, constraint name. So this is the syntax, constraint name, then primary key, okay, if you want to with the primary key, and then column name, okay, which column you want to create that, okay, that is the column name, okay. So this is the syntax, okay. If you want to drop the constraint, again you can go and then go with the object explorer, right click and then delete. Or if you want to go with the script, okay, again alter table name and then drop constraint name, okay. So this is about the primary, okay. We'll check the even, we'll see the check constraint also, okay. So it's a pattern, right? So that is the reason I go step by step, okay. Like, so if I want to see the this combination, so maybe immediately you may have the question, right? Okay, so it's allowing the duplicates, it's not allowing the duplicates, and it's not allowing the nulls, it's allowing one null. Okay, so what is the combination? Okay, if I don't want to allow those things, okay, so you may have immediate question. Okay, that is the reason I came for the primary key. Okay, even we'll check with the step constraints also. You don't worry. Okay, so now we'll see the behavior of the primary key. Okay, we'll see the behavior of the primary key. So let me table. Okay, so table. Just drop. And then, okay, so if you create primary key here, okay, primary key, and then insert. Okay, per table you can have only one primary key. Okay, so insert into first it should not allow any duplicates, and then it should not allow any null values also. We'll check that behavior. Okay, we'll check that behavior. Okay, whether it is inserting the duplicates or not, something like that we'll see. Okay, values and then 111 and then so 8 some 6 something go and then insert this and then execute it. Okay, first record, it's a unique record, so that is the reason it's taking. And then if you try to execute one more time, so it's giving the primary key violation. Why? Because it's not allowed the duplicates. Okay, you are trying to insert the duplicate 1 so that is the reason. Okay, you are trying to insert the duplicate value 1 so you cannot insert the duplicate value in the object of this table. Okay, so that we have seen the first point. Okay, we have seen the first point, duplicates will not be allowed. And then we'll try to keep the null. Okay, we'll try to keep the null and then whether it is taking the nulls or not. See, cannot insert the null, okay, into roll number. So the table, so this does not allow the nulls, insert failed. Okay, the second behavior also done. And then third behavior. What is the third behavior? So it will create a cluster index and all. Okay, if you want to see whether so which index we have and all, there is something. Okay, so sp underscore help index. Okay, help index. Some system stored procedure is there. Okay, if you want to see whether which kind of index and all, okay, then you can go and then see that. But still, okay, so we'll no in index. Okay, see, it's a cluster index. Okay, so which index and all. Okay, so it's created the cluster index. Okay, we'll see what is the cluster index and all for now. Okay, so but the point should be proved, right? So that is the reason. Okay, it's created index description, it's created the cluster index. Okay, so when it's the primary. Okay, so index key name, what is that? Roll number. Okay, something. So the per table we said only one primary key. Okay, per table we said only one primary key, right? So okay, like let me drop this. Okay, so if you try to keep one more primary key on this, okay, suppose so you created a table and then so object is already there, so it's not dropped. Okay, so we are dropping and then you are creating a one table. Okay, I didn't inserted any records, but I want to create a primary key on this. Okay, so then alter. Okay, I'm going to add one more column and then I want to create a primary key on that. Okay, so alter table name. Okay, alter table name and then add some column. Okay, so again the phone number only. Okay, you can say a phone number, add